Raise Your Voice rally, April 2nd. Reagan, I want you to talk about the event normally held on Valentine's Day, but we moved it this year to April 2nd. What's going to happen on that day?
Yeah, so this year we are getting together at the University of Arkansas Fort Smith, and we're just going to be encouraging the community to come out and just be educated on sexual assault, domestic violence, child abuse, and just how these things are extremely active in our community, unfortunately. And we want to provide a space for people to be educated on resources that we have in the community. We have so many amazing people fighting this each and every day. And so we want to help connect individuals with those resources, but also to learn and find out ways about how they can help victims recover and then prevent this from happening again in our area.
Penny, I know your organization has been has led a big role in this event. Why do you get involved?
Well, I think it's important for people to know that a large part of serving victims is also the prevention that goes along with the service, even after an incident has happened. There are multiple ways for bystanders and the general community to get involved, to know the warning signs, to understand the cycle of violence, and really just to understand what victims go through, because there are a lot of myths about why people didn't leave and the barriers, and well, there's nothing we could have done about it. What could I possibly do? And I think this year, that's really our main focus, is we're going to talk about truths and beliefs as they pertain to sexual violence and domestic violence. And the agencies that are a part of this, especially the three of us, that being Crisis Intervention Center, Monarch 61, and Hamilton Center, those of us that are providing direct services to victims that have been through this, we have a lot to say, not just about what we provide after the fact, but what we can do for you if you feel like you're in danger.
And Nicole, I know it's relatively new organization with Monarch 61. Talk about what you all do and why you're involved in this event.
Yeah, so our goal really with Monarch 61 is to help women on that long journey of healing that a lot of times comes after domestic violence and sexual assault. It's really important for us that women know their value, they know their worth, that they're giving opportunity to have a safe environment as they process through that really what can be sometimes very traumatic and very just hard truth. And so we just provide safe space. We provide a lot of different healing modalities for women just to learn to love themselves after those types of experiences.
You know, we talk about, when we talk about this event, it just brings up adults being involved in all this. But Lori, I know with the Hamilton Center, their focus needs to also shift on what happens to kids.
Absolutely. We need to understand that violence doesn't just happen to sexual violence, doesn't just happen to adults. It does happen to kids as well. And our community needs to rally around that and understand the truths about that, and to be aware and know what to do if they do see something and how to handle that.
Reagan, I want to ask you about the event itself. Again, this is open to anybody, anywhere.
Absolutely. We're going to be out at the university, and we encourage anyone and everyone to come out. You know, change is only going to happen if we stand together. And so that's really what this event is about. Raise Your Voice rally. We want everyone to raise their voices with us, regardless if they've experienced this or not. And so we encourage community members, leaders, students, whoever, to come out and just be educated on this important topic.
Penny, do you think the message is being heard after all these events?
I do. I think it's heard. I'm not sure if it's, you know, there's a difference in hearing and listening and hearing. And I'm just not sure if it's sinking in yet how much people who aren't experiencing violence in their life can actually help this cause. That's a question I get all the time. Well, what can I do? What can we do? You can be an advocate. You don't have to be the expert in adult violence and childhood violence. We already have those in our community. That's what our agencies represent. But you can be the expert with your own voice. You can learn more about where to send people for help, what to say for help, how to be a good listener. Sometimes advice is not what what these people need. They don't need to be told, well, just leave, get out, call the police. Not everyone wants to get police involved, and they don't have to. That's different for children because the laws are different when it's crimes against children. But I think it's heard. I just don't think they quite are grasping yet how big of an impact they can have on the safety of the entire community if they will rally behind those of us who are the experts in our field.
Nicole, I know with your organization, what do you hope people will walk away from after this event is over?
Well, just kind of piggybacking on what Penny said, there's such a huge opportunity for you to be an advocate, both on the forefront of violence and then after the fact as well, to truly believe the survivor, to walk along the the side of the survivor when they're on that healing journey is huge. And there's so many different ways that you can advocate for change, and you're breaking the cycle for generations to come. For us, when we teach women what healthy boundaries are, when we teach women how to love themselves and how to use their voice, and essentially what this rally is doing is teaching us all how to use our voice for change. We're changing things for generations to come, and that's huge.
And Lori, I don't know if this is the right way to ask this, but getting kids involved in this event, is that the way to go to break the cycle?
Absolutely. They need to understand, what that they have a right to their own body, and that if something doesn't feel okay, that they can speak up, and that they have the power to say no, or to tell somebody, learn who they can tell, who are their safe people. We need to empower our children with information so that they can help keep themselves safe. But it's the adult's responsibility to do that. So the rally is about educating our community about how to do that.
And Reagan, one last thing, because we could sit here and talk for hours about this. Is there a website, Facebook page to go to get more information about this?
Absolutely. You can visit www.unitedwayfortsmith.org for information on the event, and then also visit our Facebook page. We'll be posting reminders there April 2nd, 11:45 to 1. We have great community leaders and speakers that will be just sharing their perspective and, honestly, their testimonies at this event. And so we just want to try and protect everyone as best as possible. So make sure to come out.
All right, ladies, thank you for all for what you do. And I hope a lot of folks show up April 2nd.
Thank you.
Thank you.